Welcome to RNN. I'm your host, Drew Brewer.
And I'm Jack Hicklin. Tonight's top story.
Recently, there's been some concerns regarding
as recently as 1920.
Regarding evolution and whether or not it's fact or fiction.
So, tonight's question is, should evolution be taught in schools?
But before we can argue why evolution should be taught in schools, let's see what people have to say about it.
Let's roll the pictures. Right. No fossil records, because none of the magical skeletons that we've ever found of monkeys that look decidedly like humans have ever, proven any evolution wrong. Or anything that Charles Darwin, who, contrary to popular belief, was not in fact an archaeologist. So he could not possibly have found any intermediate fossils. Show him the next picture.
Mutations are headed in the wrong direction. Right. That definitely explains why there are mutations that increase bone density, help prevent heart disease, and, can give partial to even full immunity of malaria. Because, nobody wants that. No way those are positive mutations. And our first guest of the evening will be Aaron Christensen, who is a young barista working at Starbucks with a bachelor's degree in theology.
Thanks for having me on the show, Drew.
That's our pleasure. So, do you believe evolution should be taught in schools?
No.
And why is that?
Because it should be a family's choice to teach what they believe in to their children.
And that's respectable, but why can't they be taught multiple viewpoints so that they know what others believe? Why not make our children more aware of the world?
But it's against some people's beliefs to accept evolution as the truth.
Well, that's almost irrelevant because people are not obligated to believe and accept the theory of evolution as fact. They're perfectly capable of believing what they're most comfortable with.
But why should people care?
Because it's important to understand the developmental processes of science. With more knowledge, people have a greater grasp on multiple viewpoints, and in the end, will have a greater worldview.
Really? Because I planted tomato seeds, and I fully expected them to evolve into watermelons, but they didn't.
Messed up, Aaron! Now
What it all comes down to is what the parents think. It is, after all, a parent's choice as to how they raise their children. But why neglect teaching evolution when a growing majority are willing to accept it? If a parent is truly outspoken enough about their beliefs, why not just let them take their child out of the class when teaching evolution like we would a family life class? We're supposed to be educating the next generation, not just caring for a sensitive minority.
And so all in all, we need to make people more aware of the views of those around them. We're not saying evolution is the only way we got here. What we're saying is at the very least a very real possibility, and it's a valid theory that everybody should be aware of, just like any other theories that are proposed until we have definite proof. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our final guest, Dr. Cornelius P. Nugget, a PhD candidate and author of a new book that he's willing to tell us about. We are out here with Dr. Cornelius P. Nugget, a doctoral candidate for human relations, and we're here to talk about his new book, about his incredible journey. Thank you for being on the show, Doctor.
Oh, yes, sir. Very welcome, sir.
All right. Well, please tell us about your book.
Yes, sir. Well, I've been a gorilla all my life, and because of that, I've had a lot of struggles.
Yes, I can tell. Seems like you've been through a lot.
Well, I've decided to write a biography about my life.
So I can imagine that you are an advocate for teaching evolution.
Really?
Yes, I'm very curious as to what you have to think about it.
Are you serious?
Yes, we're all very curious as to what you think on the matter.
You do realize that I'm a gorilla with a PhD?
Yes, sir. That's incredible. It's amazing how your species has evolved into being able to do that.
Are you asking me, an evolved gorilla, what I think about evolution?
Yes, I'm sure it's something you know a lot about.
Okay, now that seems a little bit racist.
No, sir. I'm just curious as to what you think about it.
Why?
Because
Oh,
you're kind?
what's that supposed to mean?
You're kind?
And what's my kind supposed to be?
Gorillas?
Yes, with a PhD. Naturally, my stance on evolution is.
That's what I'm asking you, sir.
Sir. I'm out of here, sir.
Sheldon!
What are they doing here?
Well, we came to apologize.
Again?
And bring you home. So why don't you pack up your stuff and we'll head back?
No, this is my home now. Thanks to you, my career is over. And I will spend the rest of my life here in Texas, trying to teach evolution to creationists.
You watch your mouth, Shelley. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Evolution isn't an opinion, it's fact.
And that is your opinion.
I forgive you. Let's go home.